What is going on, guys? DBG here, and this is another tier list. And again, the decade is winding down, so we are going to be doing a tier list of all the best cards of the decade, pretty much. And these are all going to just be purely card based. We've got from NBA 2k14 onwards, and what I remember. So you're not going to be seeing Gerald Green 2k13. He's probably the most iconic one from that game. And let's be real, considering how overpowered some of these cards have been, I'd probably only have to put him. I'd only be able to put him in terms of like how great a tier he is, probably somewhere in the middle and B tier in terms of the most overpowered players. But he's not going to be on this, and I can guarantee you I forgot at least one unbelievably overpowered player. I could have probably even forgot one from my best players of the decade list yesterday, and I'm sorry if I did. But anyway, now let's go on to the list. So to start off with, we have got Kevin Durant. So this was one of the best players in NBA 2k17, and honestly, Kevin Durant could shoot the ball really well. He was one of only a few cards that had limitless range in that game, which was literally the most overpowered badge ever. And yeah, like, Kevin Durant is without question one of the best, deserves to be in the top, say, 50-60 cards. I think there is 50 on this list. He deserves to be in the top 50 cards in the history of my team, but no, I'm gonna have to put him. I'm going to put him in A tier. He's not going to be, and very, very close to the edge, because I have to fit literally, I have to fit 50 in this tier list, which is going to be tough, but he's going into A tier. So Steph Curry, again, another thing with Steph was that he had a limitless range when not a lot of cards did in 2K17, and also the leaning 3 was as overpowered as ever. And also, there wasn't that many unbelievably overpowered players 17. You know, funny enough, we thought there was at the time because of comparing it to 16 and 15. However, the power creep really started in 2K18. But Steph Curry, in terms of the best cards ever, I'm going to have to put him low into C tier. So LeBron James. LeBron had near perfect stats on this Miami Heat card. Although, in my opinion, I did not like LeBron James at all in 2K17. I did not enjoy his animations at all. For that reason, he's going to go down into C tier as well. So, a little bit behind Steph Curry. So, sorry if there's kind of a little bit of overlap. I need to make sure all the cards fit in. Then we get Jokic. If you guys don't remember this card, so basically, Jokic's release was broken. And then, I think it's like the Amateur 1 release, which used to be like the generic release in NBA 2K18. So in NBA 2K17, literally, I think from like May onwards, they gave the release to about 10 different players, and they like changed a lot of releases. Like, they gave like John Havlicek the release for no reason. They gave Antoine Walker the release for no reason, and they gave Jokic the release. So he had this like super fast guard release, which in 2K17 was the best release in the game. He also could speed boost and had Hall of Fame dimer for a center. He was legit one of the best players in the game. But is he one of the best of all time? I wouldn't quite go that far. B tier. Then we got Magic Johnson. This was the 5-out prime. This was when 5-out was in its peak. This is before really people figured out how, like, all the different types of defense. Like, bait defense was not a thing in NBA 2K17. Like, I played against TJ loads in that game. Basically the pioneer of everything that's like TJ Erday. And I'm not sure if he still makes YouTube videos, but he still streams MyTEAM on Twitch. He is pretty much the pioneer of almost every cheese in the history of MyTEAM. And he was the original 5-out cheese, and he still didn't play the bait defense like he does now. Magic Johnson was so difficult to guard. If you were 5-out cheesing, Magic Johnson was almost impossible to guard that year. He could shoot the 3 ball, but again, in terms of the most overpowered in history, it's going to be somewhere in the middle. Definitely better than Curry and LeBron, but not as good as KD. Then we have got Sapphire James Harden, one of the best shooters ever. He had whatever the badge was in the game that made it so that you missed a load of shots for no reason. He had, but he still didn't. It was like, I can't even remember what the badge was. It was like, actually no, it was microwave, isn't it? Or volume shooter, that was it. If you didn't shoot the ball constantly with him, he missed. But unlike this year, there was no like benefit from shooting loads. It was just if you didn't shoot with him, you started missing. You need to shoot low with him. And I'm going to put him up here in A tier, especially because he was a free card. Then we have got Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, I'm going to put him in A tier as well. I had him at the very end of 2K14, and I was very disappointed. I actually thought the 1990-91 Jordan was actually the best of all the Jordans, but it's kind of hard to deny them Diamond Jordan, who had the best stats, was the best card. I just preferred the more athletic one. And that was the thing, like with Michael Jordans, we used to get a load of different Jordans, and it was like the 1988-89 one was or the rookie or the sophomore one had the best passing and ball handling. It wasn't great shooting or great at anything else really. Then the 1988-89 was the most athletic, the fastest, the best dunker. The 91 was almost as athletic as the 89 one, except he could shoot the 3-ball moderately well, and he used to have a 75-3. And the 95-96 one was not as athletic, was not as fast as the 1991 one, but he had a much better 3-ball, so it brought something different. Now, every Michael Jordan we get is basically the same. And in terms of content, it's obviously more interesting, but I don't know, I just preferred... Like for enjoyment, I preferred the old ones. But Kristaps Porzingis, speed boosting KP, without question, is going up into A tier. So Tracy McGrady used to literally be able to cross people up, shoot step back threes, could speed boost. He was 7 for 3 demigod, one of the best releases in the game. When he was open, he didn't miss. You could run him 1 through 5. It was just ridiculous in 2K17. T-Mac, this is our first S tier player. Tracy McGrady, the best 2-guard by a country mile in NBA 2K17, probably the best player in that game. Literally unguardable. Leaning 3, unguardable. He had Hall of Fame limitless, which nobody had in that game. And trust me, the difference between gold and Hall of Fame limitless in 2K17 was huge. You couldn't, like the Hall of Fame badges in 2K17 were ridiculously overpowered. Like even compared to the gold badges. But Tracy McGrady is going up in the S tier. And then Michael Jordan. I didn't like this card. Like, again, it was one of those ones where I never really spent much money on YouTube. I never was able to get it myself. And it was kind of before the year of account sharing. And someone let me use their account to get this Jordan. And very few people actually had the card. But I'm going to put him into B tier along with Magic and Jokic. He was good, don't get me wrong. But no, I just don't feel like he was anything spectacular in the game that year. Especially for how much he cost. And then we have got Zach Lavine. I'm putting Zach Lavine up in A tier for one reason and one reason only. He got patched. Zach Lavine would have without question been an S tier except for the fact that he got patched. And he was not the best player in the game from start to finish. He was just the best player in the game for about 60% of the year was unguardable, and the other 40% was fairly useless. So peak Zach Lavine up in S tier for the whole year. Zach Lavine, especially after patch 4, A tier. LeBron James, NBA 2K16. Okay, how do I feel about this card? B tier. Probably the second best card in 2K16. But again, I know it just felt like nothing was that overpowered from 2K16. Except for one card, which I'll mention later. 2K16 was the most balanced year of my team. Gameplay wise was the most balanced it's been, was the most fair it's been. In terms of like actual interest. In terms of like people, constant content, in terms of like interesting super overpowered players was the worst year. There was nothing really that cheesy except for something I mentioned later. Klay Thompson, C tier, could play defense and shoot the ball, was really good, don't get me wrong, was one of the best cards in the game, but yeah, I'm just going to put him in there anyway. Didn't rate him that highly, to be honest. And then Steph Curry has gone into A tier. Steph Curry slightly below Zach Lavine in my point guard list yesterday, but Steph Curry could literally shoot from the halfway line. It was ridiculous. And the Steph Curry and Channing Frye combination, my god, this combo was unguardable in NBA 2K16. You literally came off a screen with Channing Frye would set a pick and pop, you'd come off with Curry, they either had to double team Curry to stop the jump shot, and if they did that, you had a limitless range Channing Frye and the pop who had arguably a better release than Curry. This combo, you came up so much against so much, and there was nothing you could do. And then we've got Paul Millsap. Paul Millsap's going to be our first D tier player, and he's in here more so for the fact that he's iconic than the fact that he was really, really good. Paul Millsap could shoot the ball really well. He could guard everybody. He could play in the post, and was like so cheap. This guy was like cheaper than some golds, and he was a diamond. He was so cheap, and for that reason, he was kind of. He was everyone's first diamond. And this card was really good as well. It wasn't like he was bad. And we got Magic Johnson, 2K16. B tier. Kind of. No, actually, I'm going to bring him down to C tier. It was pre 5 out, and I used him once. in a game, and then I sold them for like 1 million MT, and that was me like done for the year in 2K16. And the funny thing was is that when I got this card, it was like during my break from YouTube, and the views were crazy on whoever got this card. He may be the rarest card, apart from Bronze Steve Novak. It was impossible to get. He may be the rarest card in NBA 2K history. Like, no one got this Magic Johnson, and views would have been crazy had I just actually played through and made some videos with him. But it was like pre-5 out era, couldn't shoot the ball that well, had a slow release. Yeah, sure, you could post up quite well. I actually ran a point guard or a power forward, and that's where he was best. But like pre-Hall of Fame dimer and all, you can't really make an argument that he's much higher than that. So Dr. J, 2K16, is going into C tier as well. Decent shooter, without question, one of the better cards, if not one of the best cards in the game. Really good. And now we are onto our first S tier player, or a second S tier player, Dr. J. We might as well put some space because there's not going to be that many S tier players. So Dr. J, 2K15, was like, imagine Zach Lavine combined with the best shooter in the game. Dr. J did not miss. Jump shot was elite. Double tap square, shoot the mid-range shot. And like, there was literally a series at the very start of my channel called Play to Win, where I would run with the cheesiest lineup, and I'm bringing that back today. I am bringing back Play to Win today. Just have to think about that, where you brought out the cheesiest lineup, I played the cheesiest style of 2K, I abused the game to no end, and what I used to always say was, I'd be down in the game and just go, look, it's fine, I've got Dr. J, and we'll just give it to Dr. J and drop 40 on him. Like, it was ridiculous how good that card was. Yao Ming, Zach Lavine, again, should not be there. Yao Ming is going into... he was unguardable. He was actually unguardable, so I'm going to put him into S tier. Fantastic card. And actually, speaking of 2K15, I forgot one player. I'm not going to put him onto the list. It is Ruby LaMarcus Aldridge. Who him and a pick and roll with Steph Curry, Pink Diamond would be without question going into B tier. And another player I forgot that I'm actually going to put into the lineup because this guy was a lot more iconic than that LaMarcus Aldridge is Carmelo Anthony, who is going right into A tier. This guy is ridiculous. And funnily enough, it was a card that I didn't have. So like, I had almost every card in 2K15 because of the whole MT glitch. Hashtag I blame Shake. But no, this card was absolutely fantastic. If you guys don't remember the MT glitch, it wasn't even a glitch. It was like 2K literally put it in the game. And like, if you complete a collection, you got 25,000 MT. But also at the same time, you didn't have the players locked in. So you just got 25k MT, and you were also able to make infinite accounts on PS4. And there was no limit to 5 accounts per system. There wasn't a need to use playing as guest like there is now. And also you could, if you put up a card on your PS4, you could buy it with a different account on your own PS4. So people were making millions and millions of MT. Like, I had 3 million MT in 2K15. It was ridiculous. And then obviously Shake and Bake made a video about it, and the whole community thought it was his fault the game was ruined. Yeah. Hashtag I blame Shake. That was an iconic phrase in NBA 2K history. Then we got Michael Jordan. 2K15 Jordan is going... this one here is going S tier. This was another ridiculous card. No. It's going B tier. Sorry, A tier. It wasn't quite as good as these guys, but Jordan was fantastic. Then we got Jonathan Isaac, another player, because he was iconic more than anything. I could have went with 2K18 Isaac or 2K19 Isaac. 2K18 blow by Isaac, maybe a better person to put in, but I went with 19 Isaac. He was a demigod. He was like a budget Giannis. Ridiculous handle, could shoot the ball well. And yeah, deserves a spot on this list. Tracy McGrady, NBA 2K20 is... You know what? I've been using him more and more recently. He is S tier. This card is ridiculous. Like, this card may be better than... this card, you could argue, is better than the 2K17 T-Mac. This is ridiculous card. You get anywhere. Like, he's the best defensive card in the game. He's also the best offensive card in the game and the best shooter in the game. Like, we have never seen a card. Yeah, sure, by the end of the year, there'll be more overpowered cards. We have never seen a card pre-New Year in 2K MyTEAM be even close to Tracy McGrady, including the Diamond Code from 2K14. We've got Paul George 2K18. You know what? Limitless range. I can't not put him in B tier. He had one of the best releases in the game. He had limitless range. He was auto greens and was a lockdown defender. Ben Simmons is going into A tier. Ben Simmons was actually money from 3. Could shoot the ball well. In the blow-by meta was almost unguardable. Imagine if you gave Ben Simmons 2K20 a 30 ball, and that's what this Ben Simmons was. However, the thing is with this Ben Simmons was that he was, I don't know how to describe it. He just, not a lot of people use him. I don't know why. His animations weren't as great as they are right now, but Ben Simmons can shoot threes. In the blow-by meta, deserves to be an A tier. Hakeem Olajuwon 2K18, great pick and pop center, great center to stand in the corner and 5 out, shot the ball really well. Probably the second best center in that game, but gonna go into B tier because no one really used their centers in that game as anything other than guys stand in the corner and shoot the ball. Then we have got Dominique Wilkins from 2K18. I don't know why I decided to put him in it. D tier. I have no idea why he's on this list. I think I picked him instead of somebody else by mistake. 2K18 T-Mac. You know what? This was the worst year of T-Mac's 2K18 because I don't know. He was so good before the blow-by, and even with the blow-by, it's just like he didn't stand out. Like I had the Diamond T-Mac in my team for the longest time. I didn't think he was anything spectacular. Yeah, good, but no higher than B tier. Then we got Limitless Porzingis. Man, Limitless Porzingis was nice, but I still don't think it's better than Speed Boost Porzingis. I like Limitless Porzingis. He's going into B tier. And now the toughest one on the list. It is Hedo Turkoglu. I had a tough one between base 11 Hedo or Hall of Fame difficult shots, Hall of Fame limitless Hedo. The leaner. This guy was the most fun I have ever had with a card in my team. Straight up, the most fun I've ever had with a card was with Hedo Turkoglu last year. But he's not quite good enough to put in S tier. I'm going to have to put him in A tier, but in terms of fun, and if it was my personal list, he'd be right there in the top. Then we got base 11 speed boosting Dave Counts. He was a center who could base 11 with basically perfect post stats, base 11 and could speed boost. Could also play point guard. A tier. A tier. No, not B tier. I can't really justify putting him higher than Limitless Porzingis. Then we had D-Rob, strongest center in the game, 94 3-ball, went up to 99 on most coaches, and also had fantastic badges with like 90 lateral quickness. I cannot put him anywhere but A tier, maybe even higher. Ben Simmons, A tier, for the exact same reasons as this card here. Even though 19 Ben Simmons was actually a way better card. If you put 19 Ben Simmons into the 2K18 blow-by meta, it'd be way higher, but 2K19 was the off-ball, everyone feels like they have Hall of Fame clamps meta. So it wasn't as easy just to turbo buy people with Simmons, although he did have a leaning 3, which is fantastic. Then we have got our next S tier player. It is Opal Shaq. I honestly would still put 2K15 Yao just due to how iconic he is over Opal Shaq. But Opal Shaq could speed boost, he could Euro step dunk, he could shoot the 3 from Limitless if you gave him space. He could bully people inside. You could play him a point guard. It was just a joke, this card. And we have got Giannis. I'm putting Giannis in B tier. Purely because he can't shoot the ball great yet, although he is still fantastic. Giannis, without question, will be up in S tier, some version of him. Because if this is a 96 overall Giannis, we're getting at least 3 better Giannis's. And this card's already on the best team of the decade, so really good. So, Jordan and LeBron are both going to C tier. I'm going to tell you the reasons for this. Because nobody cared about these cards. Like, they released 299 everything cards, but they released them in August 2017. 2K18 was a dead game. And then there was a little bit of revival in June and maybe the start of July, and then the game completely died. Like, this was ridiculous how dead the game was. And they released these and nobody cared. Nobody played. I stopped playing 2 days after these cards were released. Nobody cared about these cards. So for that reason, these are both going to C tier. Should be higher, but they're so, like, all of these cards are in some way iconic to their games. These guys weren't. Nobody cared about these in 2K18. Karl Anthony Towns, I'm gonna put him in D tier. Not a bad card. Could shoot the ball well for center, but again, was kind of outclassed at the time and nobody really cared. AD, for the same reason as nobody cared. in C tier. Although AD could speed boost and we ran... No, I'm going to have to put AD up one tier. He could speed boost and we ran a point guard, so that was a little bit OP. Kevin Durant was not very good in 2K18. He shot the ball well enough. Okay, animations, Hall of Fame limitless, but I know he just felt weak. Felt physically weak, which is a really weird one in that game. So I wasn't the biggest fan. Then we have got... all the way up here, we have got Giannis Antetokounmpo. So Giannis is going into S tier for the reason that he was literally unguardable. This was the blow-by meta. This was a better Ben Simmons. Release was unbelievable in 2K18. He greened everything. He literally was just, you just turbo to the basket and he'd score every time. Like, there was nothing you could do. There was actually nothing you could do to stop Giannis. There was no such thing as a Giannis stopper. You could do nothing to stop this card. Then we got Kristaps. Nowhere near as good as Limitless Kristaps. Nowhere near as good as Speed Boost Kristaps going into C tier. Although it was the best Kristaps we'd seen for quite a bit. To be fair, 2K16 Gold Kristaps could have been on this list somewhere just for how iconic he was to my channel. So 2K18 Kareem. Because I think 2K18 Kareem, 2K17 Kareem, 2K19 Kareem are literally, they played all the exact same. I'm going to put all of them, rather than put all three of them in the same spot, I'm going to put all of them into A tier. Then we have got, again, LeBron, Kobe, MJ. All of these 99 everythings, I didn't like any of their animations. They are going all into A tier. Bob Pettit, base 11, base 11 limitless, when he came out, he was like legit one of the best guys in the game. Snatchback, speed boost, snatchback animation was unreal. Yeah, I'm gonna put Pettit up here into A tier as well. Then we got Giannis. Of course, Giannis is going into S tier. May not have been as overpowered as the 2K18 Giannis, although he did have literally perfect stats. If used in the right hands, certain guys like Tyler Debo and stuff, he was the greatest player in history. Then we got Ray Allen. Ray Allen greens everything. Greens absolutely everything. But if he doesn't green, he cannot hit a shot. Can clamp people up. Really good card. Like, the more I get used to his release, the more I like this card. Animations just aren't all there like T-Mac. And while he is definitely one of the best cards in 2K20 for now, I think there's definitely going to be better cards that do the same job as Ray Allen later on in the year. For that reason, I don't think he's going to be that iconic for the game, especially with how hard he is to get. So he's going to B tier. And then Mirasan, 2K20, pre-stamina patch and post-speed patch was ridiculous. For that reason, he's going above D tier and going into C tier. And last up is Paul George. Paul George had the... Okay, last up isn't Paul George. Last up is Andrei Kirilenko, who I completely forgot about. Andrei Kirilenko is in S tier. No question about it. Andrei Kirilenko is S tier. I just completely forgot about him. But Paul George was a slightly worse Kirilenko. He had limitless, he had unbelievable handle, a really nice release. He had the normal 4 leaner, which is the same as the Hito leaner. But the thing was that Kirilenko was base 11 and Paul George didn't. But yeah, so this is the tier list. We got a lot of guys in here from pretty much every game except 2K13, where Gerald Green probably be B tier. We obviously forgot B tier LaMarcus Aldridge for 2K15, as well as S tier. I can't believe I forgot Kirilenko. I must have obviously just misclicked a button or something, but Kirilenko is without question A tier from 2K19. But anyway, yeah, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.